Alrighty, so if I end up doing this, this is what it looks like before. So I'm thinking about putting a little half wall if you have big box in the back. So this is what it looks like before I start gutting it. Alrighty, so here's the beginning to, I guess we're putting 412s and it'll be on like 2,000 watts or something like that. I'll probably mispronounce half this shit because this guy actually knows what the fuck he's talking about when it comes to car audio. So it's a budget build. So we've got four 12-inch NEP selects. They're rated for 500 RMS. And then we're going to be putting in a Terra amp, 1800, and it's a mono amp. So that's what we're going to do. We're not doing an alternator or anything like that. We'll just do the big three. We'll run 0 gauge from the battery to a battery in the back, and then we're going to run another, so we'll have another battery back there, and then we're going to run two 0 gauges into the amp, and then obviously a couple other little things. I mean, you'll see all that in the video. So then as for the box, it's going to, I'll let him explain the box because he'll probably have a better explanation of what the fuck's going on with the box.
We're doing an 8-cube box. We're going ported. We're tuning to 34. 12 should perform pretty well at the 34 hertz. It'll give him a pretty musical range as well. He wants to be loud without it costing a ton, so the NEPs, I would say, were the best bet, especially since they're on sale right now.
Yeah, I picked those things up. I think it was like 260 bucks shipped or something like that, so that's really not that bad. I mean, especially if it bumps hard and they work out good. I mean, it seems I've seen a lot of builds with those subs, so in the bass heads on a budget on Facebook, so should be pretty good. So first things first, we're gonna get a lot of the big boards cut out. We've got 2 sheets of 3/4 inch MDF, so we're just gonna get those. We're gonna get everything cut out, and then we'll probably start assembling. We'll assemble all the lower stuff, and then we'll probably leave the top plate off. So obviously until it's all finalized, and then it's ready to go on or whatever. So, but all right, yeah, let's get into this. Alrighty, so box is pretty well, or the truck is pretty well prepped up. So I pulled off all this back crap. I'll probably pick up some dyno mat at some point, and we can dyno mat up all this crap. So for right now, we're just gonna put 2 holes in the box just so we can hear what it sounds like with my shitty setup. So we got like a Sony Explode 1000 watt, so let's not even pretend like that's what it actually makes. And then we got some kicker comp Rs, some 12s. No idea on any of this shit for the ratings. It's got a high quality RTV build or fix on there, so that's good. And apparently it was brought to my attention that I know how to say my new speakers properly. They're NEPs. Wow, really, you just embarrass yourself.
NEP.
You're supposed to be the professional.
It's NEP.
So they're NEPs. Apparently they're an abbreviation. So, but yeah, so we're gonna put 2 holes in the side or the ends. This is one of the tops because it's gonna be, what are you calling it?
Double baffled.
So it's going to be double baffled, so there'll be 2 layers of this on the top. And then we've got some bracing to do, some 1-inch dowel rod that we're going to use. So once we get all the speakers done, for right now we're just going to do the outer 2 just because we're going to throw these in there and see how the box sounds. Obviously it's going to be nothing close to like what's to be expected, but it's, at least we get to experience our work for the day a little bit. So, but yeah, so we'll get these cut out and then go from there. Hopefully it'll be bumping a little bit. Alrighty, there it is. Just with the ghetto-ness in there.
1 baffle instead of 2.
Yeah, it's should be nice. And then we got one more circle that we got to put on at some point, but that's a different day when we get closer to the real deal. So we're gonna get it put in, so let's do that. All right, there it is, it's in there. Alrighty, so it's time to change out the radio. So we got the radio pulled off, pull off all this bezel, get that off. So this is the head unit I went with. I went with single, I didn't want a double. So it's a Pioneer NVH S52 bullshit. And then we had to get this stupid crap because it's got the Bose system in it. So there's all that. So now we're dealing with this wiring mess. So we're gonna go ahead and get it all wired up and then see how she does. Alrighty, so there it is. It's just sitting in there for now because I'm missing the brackets, but we'll have that soon enough. Thing works pretty good. The app is kind of where this thing shines because I can literally do all of the stuff through it. So I'm pretty happy with it. Well, when I turned it on, it shut off my phone because it automatically connects to my phone. Alright, so all of this and this, all this stupid chrome crap. And I'll probably pull that one off too because the other side broke off when we first got it. So, but yeah, so took that all off on this side and boom. And then we also took off the front grille because it's, or like the bash bar or whatever. So, boom, base model truck again. Thank God. So, yep, now I get to do the other side. My tailgate's been broken for a while, and so yeah, I took off this and to fix it because basically this had rusted off. So it's supposed to look something like that. So I just took a socket and welded a socket to it. So, you know, that'll work. Alrighty, so we made a little base control knob. It's basically you got two RCAs. So the input comes from the radio, and then it goes down into here. So this was an LC1. I pretty much just took it apart, drilled a hole, put the nut on. Then I had to Dremel out the back side of this just because this is where I wanted to mount it. So it just clicks in there, and you just make sure it's all the way down. And you just put that on there, and boom, you got yourself a little nozzle. And you can turn your base on and up. So, pretty dope. So, got that done. Alrighty, so kind of just got the big three done. So we got the alternator going over to this bottom one, and this line goes all the way back to the second battery. And then we've got our two grounds. I'm waiting on a couple things. This is not how this is going to be either. This will be one block on here. But yeah, so this guy goes down into the block, or onto the side of the block, and then we've got another one that goes right there. So, but yeah, and then it goes down along the bottom. Then I've got a grommet for the power. The ground will probably just go through this for now because I only have one of these. So, and this was a floor drain. So, but yeah, so now I'm gonna do the ground for this, and then we're good for that. Then I want to get this cut out because I got to cut out for the battery terminals. Once those are cut out, then pretty much good for what I can do today. So I'm waiting on the amp. Alrighty, so I don't remember how much I showed of this. So we're pretty much, this is what we ended up with. So far, I think I'm going to put a bigger port on because this port might be half the size it needs to be. So we're going to try putting a little bit bigger port on there, move a little bit more air. So today I have some sound deadener coming, and this roof here is very loud and annoying. So we're going to sound deaden the roof, and then whatever we got left, we'll end up doing this back. There is some cab vents back here. You can see them right there. I gotta pretty much block those off too when I go to sound deaden. So basically, gonna start, well, I'm probably gonna have to pull off this, and then start pulling all this crap off so we can get this dropped down. So let the fun begin on getting this headliner dropped. Alright, I've made a mess of my yard. So we have gotten it all sound deadened. Sounds way better. So let's go ahead and get it in. So I do not recommend trying to do spray foam when it's hot outside. Did not work out that great. It got too hot and yeah, it just didn't work out great. So let's go ahead and get this back on and should be good to go. Alright, so we're gonna do some sound deadening. So So let's see how that turns out. And then the roof is all done, so that turned out real nice. Sounds freaking great. So now it's time to start getting rid of the other rattles. We'll have to do that back wall too at some point. I'll probably do that when I pull out the box to put a bigger port in. Alright, so that's kind of cool. You can kind of hear the difference. That's more of like a deadened sound. So yeah, you can really hear that difference. So I went ahead and pulled that door panel off and did that one. I'm probably going to pull this one off, and maybe I'll do it. I also put this oversized load sign on that I had forever. But yeah, so pull this thing off, and then we'll do that. And I also did the back side too as well. Yeah, it's really nothing crazy. It's just putting on some deadening and just covering up as much as you can. You can hit on it and test it. I'll probably leave these back panels off until I get some different speakers, because that thing is wimpy. We'll probably do like a 6x9 there or something, so we can put something bigger there. But all right, let's get this thing off. All right, as you can tell, that's the old port. So we trapped out the new one, and I've already made up the other one. So time to go grab it and see if it fits. Hopefully it does. So basically we doubled the port size. So now instead of it was 2 inches tall, and then 10 inches deep, and then I think it's like 24 inches wide. So now the new one is 24 inches wide, 20 deep, and 4 inches tall. So hopefully that'll work a little bit better. Should move a lot more air. It's significantly larger. So let's go ahead and get this thing put in. Alrighty, so it's all done. I ended up having to move the amp over, so I just used some nuts as some spacers. The wires are underneath, so looks a lot cleaner actually, I think. So board is a little close. I think I'm going to try and find a ground 90 that'll go in, so that way we're not putting any sort of tension on this thing. So other than that, there it is. Port looks good, so now I get to see how she sounds. I know I haven't been showing any of that because I need to set up the GoPro to do that, so because I listen to the music off my phone. So but yeah, so far so good. Alrighty, so we'll just give you a whole rundown. I've got my GoPro so I can film some bass finally. So just gonna finish off the video here. So went ahead, got all the crap off, fixed the tailgate so the tailgate works. I had to buy a new latch, but that works. That's not why you guys are here, but I've had this truck for a couple years and never fixed that. So here's what we got. So it's 4 NEP selects, and we ended up going with a Terramp Smart 3. It's got 00 gauge. This is OFC Sky High wire. I think should be Sky High. So it's all the best stuff because I do plan to go bigger. I'm thinking I think we might try and build a 4th order for this. We got all this space. All of this is free game. So we might try a 4th order or something, and or just like a removable half wall. I think that's pretty much what the 4th order will turn into, because we're gonna need a lot of space for a 4th order. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this thing turned out so far. I really ain't got no complaints. It does pretty good. Like, it's nothing crazy, but it holds its own. It's all right. I'm not mad about it, but it definitely does its job. So let's go ahead, get this thing closed up. Oh, and then I'll pause it here, and then once I get in the seat, I'll show you some more. All right, so I went ahead and installed the volt gauge, and then we've got this for my bass control. Then we got this bad boy. Dead fan of this. And then we got some LED headlights in there too now, because when I was driving at night it would dim down real bad. I've yet to change this one out, but you know, it works good. We've got the ground on here now. So we got our big 3. That's all done. And then I upgraded the stock. I think it's 105 amp was the stock. We got a high output alternator off of freaking Rock Auto for like 115 bucks. And that's 253 amp, so pretty good. So let's go hear this thing bump. I'm gonna go ahead and probably just turn the treble all the way down, so that way we don't have to play with the bull crap of copyright claims and stuff. So let's do that. Alrighty, so gonna try some on my level crap. So one nice thing that I do like is like you have the whole app, which is real nice. So like I can control everything off my phone. So we'll just turn that all the way up. Close this door. Hit play. Alright, so apparently I accidentally shut off the dynamic bass crap, so it's a little bit louder. So yeah, not too shabby. Pretty happy with it. Does everything I need it to do. We will definitely probably go bigger at some point, but I'd like to try and build a 4th order probably next. Give that a try, because boxes are cheap. I mean, I think we spent like 80 bucks building this box, and I have shit tons of screws left over to build probably like 4 more of these boxes, if not more. So all I'd have to do is buy some more liquid nails and wood. So, but yeah, I guess we're gonna call it the end here. So you guys know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys in the next one. And yeah, I got a new vehicle coming for. I bought a new project car, and that's probably gonna get like a little system in it too. It's not gonna be a fast thing, at least not yet. It's not really in the books really yet. But other than that, yeah, it's been a while. Furo is going to be sitting till winter. It's kind of stealing my motivation, so it's time for me to try and do some other things. I've always wanted to do a sound system in my truck, or I've just wanted to do a loud system, and so went ahead and built probably my loudest system I've ever made. So, But yeah, other than that, that's what we got. So you guys know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys in the next one, and I'll see you in the next video.